again, they start off with a collaborative effort. They grab people from different units, different ranges of seniority in the organization, and they find out what they think, what they know about the identity. They talk to customers. What do they know? They look at the different areas that they have, the different departments, different units. How are they using the identity? How is the collateral being developed? Is it all consistent? Is it inconsistent? And then they go on, once they collect that information, then they do design research. And they're working with Future Brand to do research. And they don't do just a little bit of research. They do 2 years of research because they want to make sure that they get it right, and they want to make sure whatever they come up with is going to connect with the people that they need to connect with. Out of that research, they're able to develop design concepts. They understand now that their logo, that again we think of as an icon, was not really well understood by the public. That they got it confused with other parts of their identity. They also used to use a little globe symbol in their trucks from time to time, and people couldn't distinguish which one was which, and so it was creating a little confusion. So they decided, that okay, they did need to update it, but they wanted to do something that was evolutionary and not revolutionary. Again, they had a lot invested in their existing mark. So they didn't want to shock stakeholders or shock customers or staff that they were going in this totally new direction, but they didn't want to signal a change. So they evolved the mark. And then they wanted to make it bolder and more dynamic and look more current. They also set up, at the end, a system of measurements so they could test for quality and consistency with their mark and make sure that there was cost containment, that it wasn't getting out of control. So this was more than just a new logo. This was a strategic business decision. And again, signaling a change. And you notice they lost the little bow tie string package that everybody loved. And the fact of the matter is that they never really accepted bow tie string packages. So, that wasn't really a good representation of what they did. They made the mark bigger, made it more dynamic. It has more of a visual presence now. And, things that we learn about this, again, are that they put a serious commitment into doing this, and there were strategic ideas behind the change. It wasn't just an aesthetic thing. As we talk about design and business, here's a quote from Roger Martin. He's the dean of the Rotman School over in Toronto, and he's a huge proponent of design and business coming together. And you can read from this quote: "Design skills and business skills are converging." We're seeing that these two disciplines share something, and it's sort of the language of problem solving. And he also, at the end, he's got this great quote, "Understanding, empathy, problem solving are what business need today." And that's what we all do. We understand people, we're empathic, and we solve problems. That's what design thinking is about. So we're obviously poised to engage business. There's another perspective of it. This is from Dave Mason of Samata Mason. And he's talking about, business people love process. It's what they've been taught. If you've got your MBA, if you've gone to business school, that's what you get taught. You get taught process. If you're a business owner and you're running your business, you don't wing things. You have a process in place, a framework for working. And that's what they want. They want to know that we have a framework for working. They want to know that we have a rational and methodical way of working. So, in the business, design, mating dance, process is the language of love. That's where we really come together. And if we can share the language of process, then we communicate a lot better with each other, and then we can work together collaboratively. So again, it's communicating in a way that business people understand. It's about emphasizing the fact that design is about problem solving, making sure that people understand that we're thinking about a balance between craft and strategy. Those are things that we can balance, and that we can be accountable to that. The design decisions that we make can be measured later on down the road. So the thing that we need to keep reminding them, we need to change this perception, is that design is a discipline. We're disciplined, and we're not an artistic indulgence. This is a way that we keep that relationship going, is by constantly reminding them that we have a framework for working. Certainly there are parts of our process that are very much intuitive, and that's not, we're not talking about taking that away. We're talking about that it gets integrated into an overall process that has, a research component to it, and a conceptual component to it, and a measurement component to